Good morning. Okay, let's go through that again. Feeling the gratitude of being together here in love, sharing the support of each other in these troubling times. Good morning. Good morning. Our service today is now starting. Our prelude is number 388, Dona Nobis Pacem, in the gray hymnal. And the words for the songs today are on a song sheet in your order of service. Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna Foley, and I would like to welcome everyone to the Berkeley Fellowship of Unitarian Universalists, and a special welcome to our friends on Zoom. We are part of a free religious tradition that honors the loving heart, the open mind, and growing together within the beloved community. Please silence your cell phones. If you have any announcements, please write them down and give them to Jeff back in the AV corner. Our fellowship stands on land that is today called Berkeley, California, located in the stolen territory of the Ohlone people. We honor them today and always for their wisdom and resilience. We're very pleased to have Reverend Bonnie DeLotte with us today. Since retiring after 11 years of ministry with the Napa congregation, Reverend Bonnie had the privilege of serving UU congregations in Santa Rosa and Petaluma as a contract minister. Reverend Bonnie is a Bay Area native and spends her time communing with nature, cooking, traveling, and playing with her 2 grandbabies. She will give us our opening words.
These are the words of Michelle LaGrave. We come to a religious community from many paths with diverse needs. If you have come here seeking comfort, may your pain be soothed. If you have come here looking for answers, may you find new questions. If you have come here seeking purpose, may your call be awakened. And if you have come here hoping to build a new way, may the path open before you.
One quick note. Please do not record any part of this service. BFUU records it, and the services are posted on the website. If you have any announcements, please give them to Jeff in the AV corner. So now is the time for our chalice lighting. Please light your own chalice or candles at home now, while we light this communal chalice for all of us, a symbol of our tradition and the spirit that lives within every one of us. Please read with me our unison chalice lighting from the order of service. Let love be the spirit of this congregation and service its goal. This is our living covenant to dwell together in peace, to seek the truths in life, and to help one another. We light our red candle to mourn Black lives taken by police violence, to proclaim that Black lives matter, and to express our commitment to Black liberation, reparations, and the end of slave capitalism. Please join the choir in singing Imagine, page 116 in the Rise Up Singing Songbook, or in the printout in your order of service. Thank you, choir. That was lovely. Now is the time for our meditation. In a moment, I will sound a chime to lead us into our time of silent meditation. Please get comfortable and follow your breath to your inner stillness. I will ring the chime a second time at the end of 2 minutes, more or less. This is the time for our Joys and Sorrows reading, followed by our Stones and Water ritual. The ritual of Joys and Sorrows is a time for each of us to share what is in our hearts this week and to ask for community prayers and support. Each week, we lay out the book that you're welcome to write in about your own joys and sorrows. I will now read from the book. Jeff writes, I hope everyone has fun on Andy Jameson Day. Take a bow, Andy. Every year we honor our long-term faithful musician who brings beautiful sounds into our lives. And I wrote, welcome back, Reverend Blondie. So do we have any comments from, okay, all right. So now is the time that we say aloud the names of anyone we want to send support and loving energy to. Okay, now we move on to the silent part of our morning ritual. It's a healing ritual with water and stones. For anything that is in our hearts that we wish to bring into community, but perhaps is too sensitive to speak aloud, we have a symbolic action that you can take. You can walk down the center aisle, choose a stone or stones, and immerse it or them in the water, which represents our community. for all that we have shared and for all that we will share in our ongoing lives together. May we be grateful. Today's meditation song comes from the Buddhist tradition and is found in the order of service. Please join in singing while Elizabeth leads us in song. Please join the choir in singing Hope Lingers On by Lisa Schneckenberger.
My mother, when love is gone, my mother, when love is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. My father, when peace is gone, my father, when peace is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear in our darkest hour. Hope lingers here. My sister, when equality's gone, my sister, when equality's gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. My brother, with tolerance gone, my brother, with tolerance gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear in our darkest hour. Hope lingers here. My people, when honor is gone, my people, when honor is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. My country, when justice is gone, my country, when justice is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear in our darkest hour. Hope lingers here. I will not hate, and I will not fear in our darkest hour. Hope lingers here.
And now Hank is going to read Hopefulness in Bad Times by Howard Zinn.
Hopefulness in Bad Times by Howard Zinn. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, and kindness. What we choose to emphasize in this complex history will determine our lives. If we see only the worst, it destroys our capacity to do something. If we remember those times and places, and there are many, where people have behaved magnificently, this gives us the energy to act, and at least the possibility of sending the spinning top of a world in a different direction. And if we do act, in however small a way, we don't have to wait for some grand utopian future. The future is an infinite succession of presents, and to live now as we think human beings should live in defiance of all that is bad around us is itself a marvelous victory.
The last time I was here, I received a request to preach about coping with feelings of hopelessness and helplessness in these particularly challenging times. I received this request with a straight face. My husband calls it my minister face. It looks like this. But I felt my stomach sink. How could I preach about hope when I wasn't feeling any at all? And how can I address helplessness when I experience it every morning when I read the news? I had nothing. I set the idea aside as being something that was way beyond me, and I told myself, well, I'll just find another topic, something light and distracting. But as the weeks wore on, the suggestion worked its way into me. And I began to wonder if I didn't owe it to myself to think about resisting despair. So I started having conversations with hope and hopelessness with colleagues and friends, and especially my closest loved ones. And I asked them if they had hope. And if they did have hope, and they all did, where did they find it? I was pleasantly surprised to find that every one of them had hope, felt hopeful. In fact, absolutely none of them reported feeling overwhelmed with despair like I was. I was astonished and immediately felt much better, thus this sermon. These were casual conversations, and the answers I got were not deeply theological, nor did they involve detailed plans for organized resistance, which was a good thing. I was looking for sources of hope that were practical and accessible, because when I feel hopeless, I don't have a lot of bandwidth. It just sucks it out of you. I needed something simple that I could think about and do now. It's kind of like when you're really, really tired and hungry, you want bread and water, not an invitation to the French Laundry. The answers to the questions about hope varied a lot, but there were some common themes, 3 that I picked out to talk about, including considerations of history, reflections about how long-term shifts in culture happen, and stories that manifested themselves through the arts. So I'm going to dig right in, starting with history. Several people that I spoke with mentioned their memories of the silent generation. These are people born between the years of 1928 and 1945. Are there any of those people here today? Yeah, there are. Not a lot, but there are. So this generation lived through times of horrible conflict, war, and tragedy. They had the Great Depression. They had World War II. This is a long list. They had the Holocaust, Hiroshima, Stalin, the Cold War, the Korean War, McCarthyism, it keeps going, the Berlin Wall, Vietnam, Pol Pot, Idi Amin, lynchings, segregation, the KKK, and the assassinations of John and Bobby Kennedy, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. That's a lot. Of course, there were horrors before then, and there are some new ones now, but my point is that this generation survived multiple existential threats in the form of tragedies, atrocities, and crimes against humanity. So the survival of that generation alone is inspiring, but they did more than that. This generation stood up and fought like hell. They refused to accept cruelty, oppression, and mass murder. They resisted with their voices, with their votes, with their bodies, and they changed the course of history. Greed and self-interest may be in our nature. I know it is, because I can feel it in mine. But our history proves that Americans won't quietly accept it as public policy. We fought for one another in the past, and we won, and we can do it again. It's already happening. So that's the first one, that's history. The second source of hope has to do with our culture. So over time, what we think of as mainstream American culture has shifted, adjusting in ways that I consider to be more life-affirming. Consider the shifts we'd made in cultural norms regarding enslavement, Jim Crow, and the rights of women and BIPOC people, as well as our formerly Puritan norms, and sometimes still Puritan norms regarding gender and sexuality, is powerful. For example, when I was a child, I was not allowed to wear pants to my public school because I was a girl. It wasn't until I was in high school that my mother, sister, or I could open a credit card without a man's permission. That's very different now. Homosexuality and the rejection of traditional gender identities and roles was a diagnosable mental disorder. It was in the books. Additionally, I was born into a community that was 100% white. And that restriction was rigorously and legally enforced by the real estate industry at the time. But we, the people, demanded change, and gradually it happened. Gradually. Although there are some current trends that are alarming with regard to progressive culture, we are much better off now. My daughter and her wife live openly with their child without fear of being terrorized. That is shifting right now, however, though I have to say they're getting a little bit more scared. My suburban city and neighborhood is no longer all white. Women are no longer the property of men. I do not believe that we will see an enduring cultural regression back to the 1950s, even though some certain wealthy, powerful white men would like to see it become so. Small shifts may come and may go, but in the words of Unitarian minister Theodore Parker, the arc of the universe is long and bends toward justice, and we can help by hanging on to the end and pulling as hard as we can. I don't have time to list all the ways you've shifted cultural norms toward justice here in Berkeley. I went to college here a long time ago, so I know that. But one thing that comes to mind is all you've accomplished around rights for the differently abled. Stunning. So American culture has shifted a lot just since I've been alive, and that is another source of hope for me. The third source of hope that people mentioned that I really picked up a lot on was art, and in particular, the ways we humans use our creative imagination to lift up beauty and peace and justice. Our creativity manifests in literature, in stories, in theater, and in the visual arts, in protest, in music, in song. In a sermon about hope delivered by the Reverend Mark Worth in 2017, he writes about music during the Civil Rights era. He writes, quote, Bernice Johnson Reagan of the singing group Sweet Honey in the Rock tells how songs lifted the spirits of the civil rights marchers and workers during the 1950s and 1960s. Raising their voices with freedom songs in the gospel cadence of the Black church, Regan and her fellow marchers could feel the songs changing the atmosphere. The freedom songs built community, they nurtured courage, and they fostered hope. One of my younger family members, much younger, told me about a manga story that had given him hope. In the story, an alien race had parasitized humans, failed in their effort to enslave and subjugate us because they did not understand how interconnected we are as a species. They didn't count on us coming together to resist them. Even though he read the story a long time ago, it still inspires hope in him. He believes in our interconnectedness. One of the best book recommendations I received regarding hope was called Hope in the Dark by Rebecca Solnit. Has anyone read this book? No, it's really amazing. Although the book was first published in 2004 in response to the re-election of George Bush Jr., it is very relevant today. Regarding the arts, she wrote this: "The change that counts in revolution takes place first in the imagination, in the minds of those who are again and again pictured only as audience or bystanders. Belief can be more effective than violence. Violence is the power of the state. Imagination and nonviolence is the power of civil society." She credits Stalin, in fact, as saying that ideas are far more dangerous than guns. We don't allow our enemies to have guns. Why should we allow them to have ideas? Chilling. She observes that ideas tend to migrate from the outside into the center. They tend to start in marginalized zones through the creative arts such as music and fashion. And they catch our attention eventually. Powerful ideas migrate secretly, she writes, in times from the margins to the center. Creative people aren't going anywhere in this country, and they provide for me a powerful source of hope and resistance. So just a little summary at this point. The longer view of our history as a nation gives me hope. Gradual, progressive shifts in our culture have given me hope, and our creativity and our interconnectedness as humans gives me hope. One last thing that was very important, Rebecca Solnit reminds us that the apocalypse is always easier to imagine than the strange, circuitous route to what actually comes next. We don't know what's going to happen, nor does anyone else. I was despairing just last week about comedian Jimmy Kimmel's removal from network television, and heartened by his return this week with support for free speech coming from all directions, from people I never dreamed would support him. Go figure. So this is not to say that we should count on all of our problems solving themselves. They won't. But I just want you to remember that the problems are not all that exists. Rebecca Solnit again writes, "Hope is not a door, but the sense that there may be a door at some point, some way out of the problems of the present moment, even before that way is found. There's a door there somewhere." I want to finish with some thoughts about resilience, because despair is paralyzing. And so I want to begin with something that I've tried not to do. It's clear that spending hours consuming news or political content online is bad for my mental health. And I believe that the current administration would like progressives to feel fearful, overwhelmed, alienated, and isolated. They are counting on us to give up in despair, to submit to the chaos and the scandals that they are deliberately creating every day for that purpose. They absolutely love trolling progressives on social media, so do not give them the satisfaction. Likewise, the news industry profits from your horror. They profit from your horror, and so they actually cultivate and invite it. Do not give them what they want. Read what you need to read from some neutral news source, then turn it off and put it down. Instead, spend your time cultivating resistance. Go outside. Go away from the source of your anger and despair. Meditate if you can, or just take a walk. That's what I do. I'm a terrible meditator. I just walk outside. Say hello to your neighbor. Do something creative. Make a wonderful meal and share it, or bake some bread. That's my go-to. I bake bread and I take it down to my neighbor who will just shower praise on me, which I love. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body, your pets, your plants, if you can, your home. If cultivating health and beauty is all you can manage, that is more than okay. Self-care is active resistance, and our joy is active defiance, a slap in the face to those seeking to disarm and destroy progressive ideas and communities. You can do this, even if you don't have the energy to do anything else. Have some fun. I do go online, but only for joy. Cat videos, beautiful musical performances, inspiring stories, reunions of families. I'm following some folks right now who are hiking on the Pacific Crest Trail, and I love to watch their progress and enjoy their beautiful photos without the altitude sickness, dirt, or mosquitoes. I love it so much. I have a friend who, she doesn't have a lot of energy, but she lights a candle and puts it in her window every day. That small act gives her hope and reminds her that there is always something, maybe a little more she can do. She can make a phone call to a representative. Feel free to invent your own ritual of resilience and resistance. Taking direct action is another excellent way to foster resilience if you have the energy. Rather than spending a lot of time commiserating with others about the latest hateful tweet, you can choose positive conversations, meaningful demonstrations, and kind actions. Be peaceful. We are seeing right now how public rage can be twisted into the justification for violence and militarization. It's also helpful to avoid using polarizing language like left and right. And I try to do this, it's really hard. But if we could instead speak about values and beliefs and fairness, if we could just lift up our shared humanity, that's going to be more effective. If you are an elder, there is an action that you are perfectly suited for. Look for opportunities to tell inspiring stories from our history, and especially from your own personal experience. Hopeful stories that show who we really are as Americans. We are a country founded on the ideals of equality and representative democracy. We don't always live up to it, but we're founded on that. So tell those stories. Successes we've had in our quest for those ideals, such as the rise of the labor movement, or women's rights, or social and environmental protections. We need to remember these stories, and I know you have them. I know that some of you here fought those battles personally. As Unitarian Universalists, we need one another's encouragement more than ever, so don't lose contact with this community. You may never know who's here, who shows up, who needs your smile, your hug, your kindness. Try your best to be here for one another. It makes such a difference. Better yet, write your own sermon about what gives you hope. I bet you could preach it right here if you wanted to. For the first time since last November, I'm feeling more than just despair. I still feel it sometimes. But I'm starting to feel some hope also and some faith in the future. I remind myself often that everything changes. Everything changes. This situation will change. That guy, he'll be gone. I want to end with a quote from the good book, The Lord of the Rings by J.R. Tolkien. My daughter named her son Peregrine. What can I say? The quote is from the film version of the second book in the trilogy, The Two Towers, and it's a little bit different from the version in the book, of course, but it gets the point across. Our heroes, Sam and Frodo, are on their way to Mordor to destroy the Ring of Power, and Frodo says, "I can't do this, Sam." Sam says, "I know. It's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here, but we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad has happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer." Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folks in those stories had lots of chances to turn back. Only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something. And Frodo asks, "What are they holding on to, Sam?" He says that there's some good in the world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. Beloveds, keep fighting for what's good in this world. And don't forget to take care of yourselves. Remember joy. Love your neighbor, and stay hopeful. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Bonnie, for your encouraging words. I'm so glad someone in this congregation raised the question about finding hope. Someone want to identify themselves as the hope seeker? Oh, wow, Melissa, thank you. So we gratefully acknowledge all who worked together on this service. Thanks to all of you here and in the Zoom room who are sharing our service today. It's great to see you. Our Zoomers are...
And our Zoomers are Ben Birch, Jean Lieber, Jinky and Mike Gardner, March Tungren, and Simone.
Hey, Zoomers. We're glad you're with us in spirit. Please check your order of service or email newsletter for the announcements. And Jeff is going to come up and deliver some.
Wow, what a great combination of two services. If you weren't here last Sunday, you might want to check it on YouTube. It's a perfect match together. Jillian, thank you so much wherever you are. So today, Andy Jameson Day. So years ago, it was voted that September 23rd was going to be Andy Jameson Day. And we've celebrated sometime in September. We like sometimes to build the tension a little bit and make him wait a little bit. So we did that this time. And today is Andy Jameson Day, and his favorite thing to eat, I think, is chocolate. There's chocolate muffins for the rest of you guys, and for me. Thanks a lot, Andy Jameson. Awesome. Today also is the birthdays of Mike and Jinky's sons. Imagine having two sons born like the same day. It's like, they're not twins. Garrick Smalley and Tom Gardner. And this, let's see, that's 3A. Okay, there will be a celebration of life for our friend Larry Phillips this coming Saturday. And Margaret, do you have the time for that, or we don't have the time yet? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. right here. Larry Phillips, a wonderful friend. Poetry service. Oh, if you've ever written a poem or want to write one before next Sunday, or if you've ever heard a poem that you really like and would like to read that, Judith, hi Judith, I haven't seen you. Sorry, I haven't seen my friend Judith for a while. Then let me know, because next Sunday our friends And our friends on Zoom will be reading their favorite poems that they have written themselves or that they have heard from other people that read them. I know we're going to hear the first poem ever written in the history of the world. It was written by a woman from Samaria. So we're going to hear that next Sunday, and we're going to hear some more up-to-date poems, and I bet you Francis is going to write one this week. Francis, maybe? Maybe. So come next Sunday and find out if Francis wrote us a brand new poem. So that will be next Sunday. The History Club is coming up. So history/idea, if you have an idea that you would like to share, it takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let me know. And it's coming up at like the second Thursday. Anyway, let's talk to me and we'll let you know when it's coming up. It's really going to be fun. And we're going to hear about Barabbas's birth town. You ever heard of the guy Barabbas in the New Testament? Well, we've chased it down and figured out where he was born, where he grew up, and who his dad was. So if you want to hear about that, come this Sunday. It's never been told in public before. So anyway, that'll be new. Let's see what we got here for 3A, 3O, 2, 3A. Sorry, I just don't want to miss anything. So, okay. While you come, Reverend Jojo, this last one is right here. The last one I have, and then Reverend Jojo will finish it up. So today, I want to announce that 2 members of BFEU are running for positions in the government for this next coming election. And it's going to be Marjorie Michaels running for the Attorney General and Glenn Turner running for Treasurer. And both are running as Green Party candidates. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Jojo, and I just noticed something that is not okay, and I just want to correct the bulletin. My Breathe, Move, Play, it says today, Breathe, Move, Play, Interplay, is actually held every second and fourth Sundays, as I have already scheduled since the early days of this year. So it's not the first and third Sunday. Please correct your bulletin. And so I have this actually, it's really like serendipitous, because I also be talking at Interplay about how to build resilient communities. It's more than just hoping and instilling hope among us. So I hope you could join us at 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Jojo. Reverend Jojo, as you all know, is our pastoral care provider. So now is the time when we share our responsibility for the home which we are creating together. Our shared plate partner for September is World Central Kitchen. It's the first to the front lines, providing fresh meals in response to humanitarian, climate, and community crises. In 2010, Chef Jose Andres, ready to use his culinary knowledge and talent to help, headed to Haiti following a devastating earthquake. And cooking alongside displaced families in a camp, he was guided on the proper way to cook black beans, the way Haitians like to eat them, mashed and sieved into a creamy sauce. It wasn't just about feeding people in need, it was about listening, learning, and cooking side by side with the people impacted by the crisis. That's the real meaning of comfort food, and it's the core value that Jose, along with his wife Patricia, used at the center of founding World Central Kitchen. So the offertory this morning will be an original song by Tom Rudderow, Lift Me Higher.
So please join me in the chorus, but a little, just in case, if you have a problem with the G word, make up your own word, call it the goddess, whatever. But it's lift me higher, raise my awareness, let me see your face in every face I see. Lift me higher, let me know the grace of God living as me. Lift me higher, let me see your face And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace of God living is near. Lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the great Goddess living is me. Time has come for us to take a step beyond the door, showing us how to make this world heaven forevermore. When we have seen the world as one, seen one instead of two, we'll know we have now all become divine as me and you. Lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace of God living is me. The time is now for us to show the nature of our wealth. Let go and grow, and God will know the truth about ourselves. Lack, limitation, there shall be a part of who we are. Abundance is all we shall see for all, both near and far. Lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace Goddess living is me. Survival of the fittest just won't fit us anymore. Surrender to the all in all is how we will ensure that everyone will have their fill as children in tune with the God's will. As the sun shines upon us all, we'll lift each up so none will fall. Lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace Goddess living is me. So now we live in heaven, and forever here we dwell, realizing it too was our choice when we thought we lived in the other place. Unlimited the universe, unlimited our lives, in God's abundant love immersed here always we've arrived. Lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace of God living. Oh, lift me higher, let me see your face. And every face I see, lift me higher, let me know the grace Goddess living as me. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tom. That was a perfect fit with our service today. So let us dedicate our offerings to the work of this fellowship, which is creating beloved community within and beyond these walls. We dedicate ourselves and these our offerings. Please join the choir in singing Somewhere to Begin by T.R. Ritchie.
People say to me, oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you sing in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you sing when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that a song will make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, they'll say such as I sees a song as somewhere to begin. A something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you dream in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the song? Can you sing when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that a song will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I sees a dream as somewhere to begin. A dream is somewhere to begin. The search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a dream is somewhere to begin. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you love in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the song? Can you love when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that love will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I sees love as somewhere to begin. Love is somewhere to begin. The search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a love is somewhere, and a dream is somewhere, and a song is somewhere to begin.
Thank you, choir. So, if there are folks here today who are new to BFUU, you have an opportunity to introduce yourself. Jeff will, or someone will approach you with a hand mic. Some folks like to do this and some don't. It's totally optional, but slightly weighted in the direction of having you do it.
Hello. Okay. I'm not new. I'm Kirsten. I've been coming for a while, but my parents are here today, and I just wanted to introduce them. Allison and John, and they're here from Washington State. So really happy that they're here with you all, and it's been a fantastic service. So thank you.
Wow.
I'm Alana, and I just moved to Berkeley. I'm only going to be here for a couple months, but I'd like to start. I've attended UU churches, other places that I've lived, and so while I'm here, I think I'd like to come here.
Well, as you all know, Phoebe Sorgen, she's usually the one putting up a lot of announcements and stuff. And she's at the other Kensington Church for the choir, but just want to recognize that yesterday was her birthday.
Hi, I want to introduce myself again. I'm Glenn Turner. I'm running for Green Party State Treasurer, and I plan to be a light at the end of the tunnel that can be a spark that can hopefully bring people to understand that we need to join together in these precarious financial economic times. Treasury and economics has actually been my lifelong hobby, so in businesses and stuff. So I just thought I'd say, I think I really know the business and problems and the community that is going to be needed, the networking to make the social services that we depend on for all of our stuff. So community is where it begins.
Hi, I'm Zara. It's my first time here. Just looking for some hope in community.
Thank you, and welcome to all who are with us today in silence or with words, in person or in spirit. We will have more time to connect with each other after the service and in the days to come. Specifically, the days to come might well be next Sunday, October the 5th. Jeff has already mentioned it's our poetry service. Come and hear the poets speak. Various members and friends of BFUU will share their original or favorite poems written by others. Let Jeff know if you would like to read one of yours. Experience poetry from ancient days to now, from ancient writings to the writings of our current friends, from our congregates in person and our friends on Zoom. So now is the time to extinguish our chalice. Craig, please read with me from your order of service. We extinguish the flame of this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of service. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. Thank you so much for joining us today. And after the service, you are welcome to stay and enjoy community and a light lunch. And now for our final circle, please form a circle in the hall and join in singing a new song? Circle Round for Freedom? I don't think that's a new song.
And now may we go forth in the certainty of faith, in the knowledge of love, and the vision of hope. And in our going, may we be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Amen.